Hello class, Asmita teacher here. In our last lecture, we had studied about air as a natural resource. In today's unit, we will be covering water. Before we discuss about water as a natural resource, you have to perform one activity. You can take the help of your parents and make a note of whatever columns are being mentioned here. Observe how much water is used and for what purposes it is used in your house for a whole day. I have mentioned a few. You can make additions to this column. Divide the total quantity of water used in your house by the number of persons to find out how much water each person needs. We use a large quantity of water to fulfill our daily requirements. You will see that it is almost impossible for us to spend even a single day without water. We need to drink 3 to 4 liters of water every day so that all our body functions run smoothly. Other living things also require water, although the amount of water they need may vary according to the size of their body. Thus, we see that water is very important. In nature, water occurs in three states: solid, liquid, and gaseous. Water does not have color, taste, or odor. Odor means smell. Many substances easily dissolve in water. Therefore, water is a universal solvent. The blood of animals and the sap in plants contain a very high proportion of water. No living thing can survive without water. Therefore, it is said that water is life. If hydrogen gas burns in air, it combines with oxygen and water is formed. A water molecule contains two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. Let's understand the distribution of water on the earth. We cannot use all the water on the earth because sea water is salty. Some water is in frozen state. A very small quantity of water is available for drinking, yet it is enough for all living things. If you observe the diagram, you will find that Earth's water is 97% saline, that means in oceans and seas, and only 3% water is available as fresh water. Out of this 3% of fresh water, nearly 68.7% water is in ice form in the ice caps and in the glaciers. Nearly 30.1% of water is groundwater, which is present inside the earth, and other forms of water are only 0.9. Of this 0.9% water, we get fresh surface water in the form of lakes having the maximum of 87%, swamps or small collections of water 11%, and rivers contain 2% of water. So when you observe, there is only 3% of fresh water available for us. It is a very small quantity compared to the entire 100% of water that is there on the earth. Only 3% water is fresh water. Out of this fresh water, only 0.3% is surface water. This is the water that mostly we use. So we have to be very careful when we use water. We should not waste it in any way. The water on the earth is regulated through the water cycle. The water vapor formed from oceans is the main source of water in the water cycle. It gets converted into rain, creating fresh water sources on the earth. So, the water which is available in the oceans, in the seas, gets evaporated because of the sun's heat. This evaporated water later condenses and comes back down again in the form of rain, that is the precipitation, and gets back collected in the seas, oceans and rivers. This entire cycle is called as a water cycle. We get water from natural sources such as streams, rivers, ponds, springs, and lakes. Man also digs wells and bore wells to lift groundwater. Apart from this, man has also constructed bunds and dams of various sizes on rivers to get a daily supply, a regular supply of water for our everyday requirements, for our factories, and for our industries. Water is really a very valuable resource, but we have polluted our water sources to a very great extent. Due to the uncontrolled pollution of water and use of water for an increasing population, industry, and farming, it is now in short supply. Water scarcity has become a serious problem. There are many places in the cities and villages of India where people are suffering a major crisis of water scarcity, where water is not even available for daily requirements of drinking and farming. The lands have turned barren. People have to walk miles and miles in search of water. There are places where water is not available for people for their daily requirements and they have to purchase the water through tankers. And so it has become a very big problem that people are facing nowadays, which we refer to as water scarcity. So then what is our job? What is our responsibility? You and I, as citizens, what are we going to do to take care of such a valuable resource so that we don't face the problem of water scarcity? There are very simple and easy ways that we can follow. The most important is use water sparingly. Do not waste water. Use as much water as you want. Don't let the taps open and let the water flow unnecessarily. Wherever you find any leaking taps, broken pipelines, see to it that they are repaired as soon as possible. The next thing that we can do is block water and let it percolate. We get a huge quantity of fresh water every year in the form of rain. But this rainwater falls on the ground, flows, and goes and becomes a part of the seas and the oceans. That is, it becomes saline. This saline water is not of a great help to us. We want fresh water. So, wherever possible, we have to build bunds. These bunds will block the water, and this blocked water will get percolated inside the earth. This blocked water will percolate and go and become a part of the underground water. This underground water can later be used by us in the form of wells and tube wells. The next thing that we can do is store water wherever possible. Today's water does not become stale tomorrow. So please never throw away that collected water or stored water. You have to try to use that water as much as possible. Do not throw away water that was filled today, saying that it has become stale tomorrow. And the last but not the least, we have to reuse water wherever possible. Find out ways at home where water that was used for washing vegetables, can you use that water to water the plants in your garden? Can that water be reused? That is what we have to understand as a sensible citizen. We have to be aware, we have to be careful, and we have to find out ways in which we can save this water. The three things that we can do very easily are reduce the use of water, reuse water, and if possible, recycle water. By doing this, we will be doing a great favor not on anyone else but on our own selves. This is very important. This is the need of the hour. It is very important that we all together protect this water, which is such a important natural resource for all of us. That brings us to the end of today's presentation. In today's discussion, we have spoken about water, its sources, its uses, and what are our responsibilities or what all things we have to do so that this water does not get wasted. I hope you become a responsible person. You don't waste water. You become a citizen who is protecting such an important, valuable resource. That's all for today. Thank you.